Now before we start, I just want to say that I did go a little bit quickly in reviewing this product just because on how much I had to write. So if it seems a little bit rushed or I'm speaking a little bit quickly, it's for that reason. So let's begin. What's going on, homies? Mr. Perez here. We're doing another unboxing video. This time we're going with something a little bit bigger. We're unboxing the Galaxy Tab S2. Now before we start, a few details about the Galaxy Tab. This product comes in two screen sizes, the 8-inch and the 9.7. What we are unboxing today is the 9.7. As far as memory goes, you can either go with a 32GB or a 64GB. If either one is not enough storage, then you can add a micro SD card that goes up to 128GB. As far as the colors go, you can choose a black, white, or a gold color. I went with the black for mine. Unfortunately, when I went to go buy the Tab S2, they didn't have any more of the gold in stock. And quickly to introduce the case, I went with the Samsung version. When I was looking for the options, I did see the Logic Check does have one as well at a cheaper price in case money is an issue. But now that I got the boring stuff out of the way, let's start unboxing the devices. First, we're going to start with the Galaxy Tab S2. We'll start by removing the top layer of the box, showing us the Tab S2 right away at the top. It's covered by a clothy material. The device itself is very light and not thick at all, 5.6mm to be exact. In case someone doesn't know how thick that is, here's a side-by-side comparison to a quarter. But before we get into the tablet itself, let's look at what comes in the box. We have a micro USB charging cable, we have a standard Samsung wall adapter, we have a small SD card remover, and last, 3 manuals, which leaves us with an empty box. And let's just quickly put everything back together. Now, quickly going over the case of the Tab S2. It has 3 different stands, so to say, which at first they feel very odd, but once getting used to, they are very helpful. Sliding the case out of the box, we can see there isn't much to it. Feeling the case has a rigid feeling. And looking quickly, we have a quick start guide. Now to start, the flap is magnetic, which does a good job at not opening, as you can see here by me shaking the case as if I'm crazy. But before we continue, after using the case for about a week, I have to say that opening the case is somewhat difficult, more difficult than usual. Once opening the case, we can see how the case unfolds, which I'll go into a little more detail later. We can see that the case has a keyboard and a touchpad. The touchpad can be used to click small links and other things of that matter, but I personally find it useless. I'd rather just use my finger to click on the screen, but for whatever reason, if you wish not to touch the screen, be my guest. Feeling the actual keyboard and how it types will take some time to get used to. It is smaller than a normal keyboard. I personally have smaller hands, so I don't seem to have a problem. Sometimes I will feel a lot of place with my typing though. Let's place this back in its box and continue with looking at the Tab S2. If you wish not to damage the clothy material, you can open a flap at the top which would allow you to slip the tab right out. Looking at the back, we have a plastic covering that can be peeled off. Note that there is also one on the camera. I forgot to take it off at the moment of time of recording this video. From here, I want to jump directly into placing this on its case. Placing it into its case was probably the hardest thing ever. I legitimately felt I needed to work out after this. While I wasn't able to show it in the video, there are 2 circles on the back of the tablet and 2 notches on the case. I would recommend lining up one first before the other. Once you have it lined up, you really have to push. I like this because it doesn't seem like my tablet will be falling out anytime soon. I hated it because it made me sweat. Once you get it on, you can try the different poses to use it. I only like using the first one personally, but each to their own. Now the last thing I have to say about the keyboard and the case is that when you open the case, the tablet will turn on automatically. Likewise, when you close it, it will turn off. Other than that, I would recommend going to your local electronics store and playing with these devices hands-on. Other than that, the problem I had mainly with this case was that the keyboard and the tablet itself will be touching face to face. I would recommend getting a screen cover for this to make sure you protect yourself against scratches and or damages to the screen. Now this is actually without a script, so other than that, I love this tablet. For being a first-time tablet user, this is my first tablet I've ever owned. I myself can say that I've been using this tablet for school purposes, for YouTube itself. I wrote this entire script on there using the keyboard. Feels very comfortable and so on and so forth. I mean, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I could potentially answer any questions down there and how I personally feel a bit more, or any specific details you guys may want to know before buying it. But that's all there is to it, homies. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like down below. Subscribe for more. Thank you so much, homies, for supporting the channel by leaving a like and commenting. Keep updated with me by subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much again. Peace. Oh, you're gonna kill me. Oh. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you.
This is my video now.